It's the most wonderful time of the year. That's right, gang. It is the season for giving, receiving, and let's be honest, indulging in a little self-care. Because I am a man of a certain age that sits at a computer all day, talking into a microphone 365 days of the year. And currently I have 120 interviews booked in till March. But over the Christmas holidays, I've scheduled the episodes in and I'm going to be taking a time out. And I've come across a curious phenomenon. While the hair on my head seems to have decided to take early retirement, it's actually busy setting up shop in entirely new locations. And so I've begun to wonder, can technology help? Specifically, what is IPL technology? And how does it differ from laser hair removal? Now, rather than turning to Google, like most people might, I decided to go one better and do a little Christmas experiment. So I invited someone from Ulike onto the podcast. After all, that's why I record this podcast every day. Demystify tech in ways you don't expect, covering areas we might not normally associate with technology. And yep, I mean hair in those places too. So whether you're considering a unique gift, catching something in the January sales and treating yourself with some of that Christmas money, or simply want to treat yourself, this episode might be just what you need. So I'm going to invite you to dive into the technology behind smooth, hairless skin, the difference between IPL technology and lasers, and how Ulike is bringing professional grade results to the comfort of your home. But enough scene setting from me. Let's get today's guest on. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell everyone listening a little about who you are and what you do?
All right. Thank you for having me, first of all. My name is Alessio Brade, and I lead public relations and marketing communications at Ulike.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Every single day, I'll try and demystify a different area of technology. And I recently came across Ulike and its IPL technology. And usually when we talk about hair removal and technology, people automatically jump to lasers, but this is not like that at all. So just to set the scene for our conversation today, can you tell me what inspired Ulike to develop this IPL technology and what it is that makes it different from traditional hair removal methods?
Let me start by saying that at Ulike, we actually believe that confidence starts with feeling great in your own skin. So given this idea, we actually think that hair removal should not be just a routine, like a chore, something that maybe you do, but you don't really want to do. And it's more like a path to confidence and self-care. So from this point of view, traditional methods, they can actually be frustrating because if you think about it, shaving only offers a short-term results, and it can also irritate the skin. And waxing is painful, and also actually laser treatments can also be quite pricey. So given that from our point of view, all other traditional methods actually do come with some shortcomings, our mission has always been to make hair removal simple, effective, and accessible for everyone. So actually, people that try Ulike IPL can actually be confident in the results. And that's actually why for over a decade, we've been perfecting our IPL technology to deliver just that. So I guess that's actually what inspired Ulike to develop its IPL technology.
And as this is a tech podcast, I love looking under the hood at some of the technology that makes these things possible. And one of the things that stood out to me was your patented Sapphire Ice Cooling technology. So can you tell me a little bit more about that, what it is and how it enhances the user experience, specifically in removing hair from those more sensitive areas?
Sure. As I mentioned earlier, many hair removal methods can actually be uncomfortable and even painful, such as waxing or laser hair removal. So from this point of view, we actually thought of a way to overcome this painful sensation and make hair removal more comfortable. That's actually why our Sapphire Ice Cooling technology keeps the treatment area cool around 18 degrees Celsius depending on the device. This prevents burns and irritation and also makes hair removal virtually painless. Plus, because the process is so comfortable, Users can also increase intensity without feeling any extra discomfort or pain, and that makes the results even more effective.
And for anyone listening that's interested in exploring more about air removal technology, if we look at Ulike's products here, you have two models that stand out. I think there's the Air 3 Deluxe and the Air 10 models, and how do they cater for different consumer needs, and what factors should a customer consider before choosing between them? What's the difference here?
All right, that's a good question. So, the Air 10 is actually our most advanced IPL device. It features a dual lights and a unique SHR mode, delivering up to 26 joules of power for up to 96% hair reduction in as little as 2 weeks. So, I guess the Air 10 is actually ideal for anyone looking for cutting edge technology and the fastest results. But it does come with a higher price point. And the Air 10 Deluxe, on the other hand, is our newest all-in-one hair removal set. It includes our iconic Air 3 device, IPL goggles, eraser, two aloe vera gels, a UV sterilizer, and even a carrying case. So not only is it perfect for those new to IPL or anyone wanted to try IPL for the first time, but it's also a complete solution at a more budget-friendly price. Essentially, you're actually getting 7 must-have items for the price of one.
And you mentioned there that the Air 10 features this dual lights and SHR model. So can you elaborate on how these technologies work and what it is that sets them apart from other things out there? I'd love to find out more about how it works, especially if a man of a certain age that might have a hairy neck or upper back. Just to bring that to life, can you tell me how that works?
Of course, most IPL devices have a single lamp, but the Air 10 uses dual lights, so dual lamps. This means that each flash delivers a pulses from two different lamps, covering a wider treatment area and ensuring a quicker and more effective treatment. To give you an example, a full body touch up can take as little as 10 minutes. Also, thanks to the dual light setup, we actually equipped the Air 10 with our SHR mode, which is a salon-inspired SHR mode, which stands for super hair removal. This mode fully utilizes the dual light system in the way that each lamp pulses twice per second, delivering 4 total pulses per flash and 26 joules of energy. And this higher energy output targets even thicker, more stubborn hair for faster and more effective results.
And I would imagine with any hair removal process, especially around sensitive areas, the hygiene would be highly important too. So, can you tell me a little bit more about the development process of this UV sterilizer and also the role in promoting hygiene for at-home treatments? Because there's people doing this in their homes. It's got to be a huge, important factor, right?
Absolutely. We always improving our products based on the user feedback, and that's also how the UV sterilizer became part of the F3 Deluxe set. We actually interviewed different users and heard that full body hair removal often involves treating areas like the bikini line and then moving to the face. And of course, they actually wanted a quick and effective way to sanitize the treatment head between sessions. The UV sterilizer solves this by killing 99% of germs in just 10 minutes. And it's also perfect for anybody sharing the device. So if you're sharing the device with a partner or a friend, you don't need to worry about cleaning the device, making sure it's exactly spotless, because you just put in the UV sterilizer for 10 minutes and that's it. It's going to be hygienic for the next user.
And of course, when we're at home using complex technologies to do things like remove hair, I would imagine there are a few safety features as well, or safety considerations. So if we look at Ulike's devices, what are those key safety features and how do they ensure that worry-free experience for users, especially if somebody's putting it on their face, for example? You don't want to have no burns or have any concerns around things like that. So can you tell me a bit more about the safety features there?
Yeah, sure. So all your devices include a built-in UV filter to protect your skin, and they also come with what we just mentioned before, our patented ice cooling technology to prevent irritation and making hair removal virtually painless, even in sensitive areas. Specifically, the Air 10 comes with our advanced skin sensor technology, which reads the skin tone and adjusts the energy level for safe and effective treatment. So, for instance, if the skin tone is actually too dark, even just because maybe you went on vacation, came back, and actually your skin actually got darker, the device will stop flashing to ensure your safety. So that's actually maybe the technologies that make our devices extremely safe for our users.
And am I right in saying, because before you came on the podcast, I was doing a little research and I had a look at a few YouTube videos and I initially thought that you would use it instead of shaving. But am I right in saying that you should always shave first and then use the technology to stop that hair coming back? Have I understood that right?
Yeah, it's actually correct. And that's also why both devices come with an included razor. The reason is that if you actually have hairs which are a little bit longer than maybe 2 millimeters, those hairs are actually gonna block the IPL pulses anyway. So the light that is supposed to reach the follicles beneath the skin. So to make sure that the light does reach the follicles, so you actually need to shade. So you apply the device, you treat an area which is actually already hairless, and in this way the light is able to penetrate the skin and reach the hair follicles and put them to sleep.
Cool. So first of all, you shave, then you use the light feature, or you use the Ulike device to put those to sleep to stop them coming back. How long does it take before users notice a real difference, would you say, when they've been through that process?
It's a matter of weeks, I would say. I guess it depends anyway on the specific user, maybe, and also the treatment area. But in general, you can actually see visual results in 2 weeks with the Air 10 and maybe 3 to 4 weeks with the Air 3.
And I don't know if you get to hear any stories like this, but do you get to hear any customer feedback or any user stories? Do you get to hear anything like that?
Well, to be honest, yes, and especially because customer feedback is really valuable to us. Just keep in mind that unlike other brands that maybe launch different devices, like several devices each year, we just release one device and we want to make sure that it's thoroughly refined based on the user input. So we run several user surveys and also interviews on a regular basis. And in this way, we can actually collect user feedback and make sure that the new device, the device we're going to be launching, for instance, this year, is actually an improved version compared to the previous one. So for instance, for the Air 10 skin sensor, I actually remember that several users were actually concerned about using IPL because they're really not sure if, okay, can I use it everywhere? And I actually have some tattoos. Is it going to stop flashing as I reach the tattooed area? Or how does it work? And for instance, this one technology, the Air 10 skin sensor, was actually developed in response to those users that actually wanted an automatic power adjustment for different body areas. So that's, for instance, one of the features that we implemented based on the user feedback. And also the UV sterilizer. As I was mentioning before, many users wanted a quick and effective way to sanitize the device between users and also when sharing the device. And that's why we included the UV sterilizer in the Air 3 Deluxe.
So the Air 3 Deluxe boasts visible results in around 3 weeks, while the Air 10 achieves results in 2 weeks. But what advancements make that faster timeline possible? Anything you could tell me about the tech that makes that possible?
Yeah, sure. So the faster results are mainly thanks to the Air 10's higher energy output, which is powered by its dual-like setup and SHR mode. So these features allow the device to target thick and stubborn hair more efficiently and faster. Both devices rely on IPL technology and provide long-lasting smooth skin, but the Air 10 might provide faster results due to its higher energy output.
Ultimately, we're recording this over the holiday season, and I believe you've also got one of your biggest Christmas sales. So what opportunities or incentives does this campaign provide for customers maybe looking to invest in IPL technology or find out more about it? Can you tell me a bit more about some of the offers you've got at the moment?
So our Christmas sale runs until December 31st. And users actually get to save up to 25% off both the Air 3 Deluxe and the Air 10 on our website. It works that both devices are currently 20% off, but you can unlock an additional 5% off by subscribing to our newsletter. And it also comes with a next day delivery in the UK, so it's also perfect for last minute gift shopping.
And for anybody listening, just want to dig a little bit deeper. Maybe they want to watch some videos or see how it works in action. Check out the website, or maybe even think about purchasing one or contacting your team. Where would you like to point everyone listening?
I guess the easiest way is actually to visit our official website and maybe subscribe to our newsletter. Not only you will get 25% off for our Christmas sale, but it's also where you're able to receive our latest deals and maybe even some how-tos, guidelines to understand IPL and how to make the most out of it.
Well, one of the reasons I love doing this podcast is every single day I get to learn something different, especially around how technology is impacting almost every aspect of our life. And I must admit, a few weeks ago, I knew very little about IPL or intense pulse light and the difference that can make and how many products are coming out now. But just a big thank you, excuse the pun, for shining a light on this today and bringing the topic to life. Really appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. It was really great. And I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Well, there you have it. Who knew that technology could make such a dramatic difference in something as personal as hair removal? Whether it be the cooling comforts of this patented sapphire technology or dual light innovations, Ulike has certainly taught me something about self-care, whether it's for yourself or as a thoughtful gift during the holiday season. The tech involved in this is something I can definitely say that I've learnt about today. But what do you think? Have you considered bringing IPL into your routine, or do you have questions about how the technology works? Love to hear your thoughts on this one. Email me, techblogwriter@outlook.com, X, Instagram, LinkedIn, just at Neil C. Hughes, and I'll have links to everything that you've heard about today too. So let's keep this conversation going, and as always, you know my mantra by now, stay curious. Have a great holidays, and until next time, don't be a stranger.